New Horizon. This is a really special day. We're live here in Austin, Texas with AMD. And you know, one of the things I love about the gaming industry is that it's a combination of technology and entertainment, and that technology is what pushes games forward in so many ways, makes them more immersive. And AMD is one of the companies that is leading the charge with new technology, and right now we're going to get a sneak preview of where gaming and CPUs are going with the reveal of AMD's next generation CPU, codename Zen. You guys have probably heard of it, right? Well, now you're going to find out a lot more about it for the first time. We're going to show you hands-on demos of this new high-performance CPU. We're going to show how it impacts VR, 4K gaming, 3D design modeling, actually how games get made using it. And also, we have a special guest from Evil Geniuses. PPD is here to talk about esports and Dota 2 and what it's like to play and stream using the brand new Zen chip. So lots of great stuff. Now, if you're watching this live around the world, you can send us your tweets using hashtag New Horizon. You may possibly see them in the show as we're live here from Austin. And we've got a great lineup of stuff to show you. So before we get to the first demo, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing you guys and everyone watching around the world to a very special guest, a pioneer in the technology world. Please welcome to the stage, to give you an in-depth look at the brand new chip codenamed Zen, the CEO and president of AMD. Please welcome Dr. Lisa Su. Lisa? The crowd is hyped. All right, you ready?
We're ready.
We are excited to hear the news. I'm going to turn it over to you. I can't wait to hear.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you so much, Jeff, and it's great to be here today. I'm looking out of the room here, and it's full of fans and enthusiasts. Thank you all for joining us today in Austin, and thanks to the thousands of you watching around the world on the New Horizon live stream. Let's see, I think I also see some AMD Zen engineers in the room. All right. Hey, look, I see you guys in the lab all the time putting the final touches on the processor, so it's great to see you here today. So look, why did we choose New Horizon for the name of the event today? It's really because we are on a journey to bring you a new generation of processor technology. Zen is designed to take all of us to a new horizon of computing, and today is an extremely exciting day for AMD. We wanted to connect directly with you, all of our fans who love PC gaming, really before our launch. And today is all about showing you what we do best, which is always pushing the envelope on performance, on power, on frame rates, because you love to game, right? And you know what? AMD loves to game too. It's absolutely in our DNA and every aspect of our being. So just think about our history and some of the great gaming products that we have brought to the market. Back in 2000, we launched the Athlon Thunderbird, the world's first gigahertz CPU for PCs, driving the graphics frame rates faster back in the early days of 3D PC games. And remember the Athlon FX51? Did any of you have one of those? All right. The first 64-bit x86 processor ever designed specifically for gaming. Or the RV770, which you will know as the Radeon HD 4850 and 4870, the first single GPU to really deliver a teraflop of compute power. Do you remember when a teraflop was actually hard? So look, all of these were incredible firsts that we are really, really proud of. This year, we also launched the Radeon RX 480. That was the first graphics card to enable virtual reality for under $200. This was a major accomplishment in bringing VR to the masses. Do any of you have an RX 480? All right. And we are extremely proud to be the technology provider of choice to the game console market. Over the last few years, we have seen incredible success with the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One game consoles. And just this year, we saw the launch of the updated PS4 and the PS4 Pro, as well as the Microsoft Xbox One S, bringing new features and capability to the console market. And we are also working with Microsoft on Project Scorpio, which will launch next year. All of these systems are powered by AMD. And if you look at all of these examples, they have one thing in common. It is really AMD is committed to pushing the envelope. And we are at our best when we are delivering high-performance technologies that change the game and deliver incredible experiences. So, today is another one of those really special moments. We are extremely excited to give you the first sneak peek of Zen, our new CPU. Now, let me give you a little bit of background. We started Zen 4 years ago as a complete new design, from scratch, starting with a clean sheet of paper. And we focused on a couple of things. The first was to build a great machine. We set a huge goal to increase our instructions per clock by 40% from our previous generation at the same energy efficiency. Second, we wanted to build a smart machine, one that is able to sense its environment and adapt to its surroundings and applications so that it continues to get better and better and better over time. Today, I'm absolutely thrilled to tell you we have met or exceeded our goals. Now, the Zen core architecture is going to go into a wide range of products, but we chose the desktop PC market for our very, very first product for one reason. Because we love PC gaming, and we know you can use all that performance. So I can tell you, I actually read a lot of what you guys write. You have a lot to say about Zen, actually. It's quite amazing. You have a few questions. You have a few comments. You have a few suggestions and needs. The excitement around this product is really incredible. So let me just share a couple of the comments that we saw. Okay, the first one. Finally, I want the specs. I want to know what to look for. Zen or 7700K? We're going to answer that question today for sure. All right, next. If IPC and TDP is good, Zen could clean up. You still have to spend $1,000 on that other thing, so this could be good. All right, what else do we have? A real human readable name would be cool. Athlon, Sempron, Duron, Phenom. They should call it Zen Furion. Thanks for that advice. We appreciate it. Looks like AMD is going to give the CPU market a much-needed shake-up with Zen. Looking forward to this. And yes, are we looking forward to this? So clearly, there are a lot of questions out there about Zen, and I want to answer many of them today. So let's get right to it. Let's start first with the name. Now, I have to give you a little bit of the story on Zen, the name. Okay, so when we started this project, Zen was actually named by our engineers. And can you imagine just how hard it is for engineers to agree upon a name? It's like next to impossible, by the way. We chose Zen because it represented balance. We had a vision for a new CPU that could deliver high performance, low power, and new features all at the same time. And to accomplish this, we needed balance. So the concept of Zen really fit what we were trying to do. And we really knew with clarity of purpose and determination and a lot of smart people, we could build something amazing. And we have. Now, the truth is, I love Zen. We all love the name Zen. But today, it's time for Zen to grow up. As we bring Zen to the market, we want people not just to think about the performance and the efficiency and the innovation, but we also want people to think about Zen taking computing to the next horizon. So for our very, very first announcement of the day, I'm extremely pleased to show you for the first time the name of our new CPU. What do you guys think of Ryzen? We love Ryzen, okay? Ryzen is the next level processor for you, our next level of users. Ryzen symbolizes the power of Zen reaching the next horizon of computing. And Ryzen will enable all of you, enthusiast gamers, digital creators, VR pioneers, and you technology geeks, all of you, to do everything that you want to do and more. So, okay, now let me share a bit more about our Ryzen processor design. You all know it's an 8-core, 16-thread design using simultaneous multi-threading. Incredibly powerful. On performance, we didn't just meet our performance goals of 40% instructions per clock improvement. We are beating our performance goals. Okay, now let's talk about frequency. All that speculation out there about frequency. Today, I can tell you that our Ryzen processors at launch will have base clock speeds of 3.4 gigahertz or higher. Each Ryzen processor will also have a boost mode, and we're going to announce those boost frequencies at launch next quarter. Ryzen also has 20 megabytes of combined cache. It uses the new AM4 motherboard ecosystem, which has board options from the extreme high end of performance and overclocking to small form factor. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about the guts of Ryzen and how we got all of that performance. Ryzen includes 5 new features that we call AMD Sense MI technologies. These technologies enable Ryzen to sense and adapt to its environment, which makes it an extremely intelligent processor capable of learning on the fly. Our first 2 Sense MI technologies are neural net prediction and smart prefetch. Now, we didn't select this name, Sense MI, lightly. We have true machine intelligence with Ryzen. So, with neural net prediction, we're using the machine learning to self-train and preload the right instructions to enable the machine to run faster. And once we get those right instructions, Smart Prefetch actually learns to anticipate the data the app needs and have it ready before it's actually needed. So together, these technologies are so accurate that they account for about 1/4 of the overall performance uplift in Ryzen. Now next, we focused on getting ultimate performance from the machine. We literally have hundreds of sensors, hundreds, throughout Ryzen to sense and locally optimize the chip so that it can run at the fastest possible speed and at the lowest possible power. We call these features Pure Power and Precision Boost. Together, this is an amazing amount of control that allows us to dial up the frequency and dial down the power on each part of the chip independently in milliseconds, okay, milliseconds, with near perfect accuracy. If you want to talk about control, that's control. Now, with all of this capability, we have enabled a really cool new feature just for you, our enthusiast gamers. And it's called Extended Frequency Range. With all the sensors we have across Ryzen, our processor is smart enough to know what environment it is in. So depending on the cooling that you're using in your environment and your system, whether it's air cooling, water cooling, or even liquid nitrogen, Ryzen will sense that you have premium cooling and actually enable higher clock speeds as the system gets cooler. Now, how cool is that? Okay, so there you have it, guys. You now know a bit more about Ryzen and our Sense MI technologies. But I also know you guys really, really well. Talk is nice, but seeing is believing. So now it's time for you to see Ryzen in action. Now, I've been reading all of this stuff about how competitive is Ryzen really, how does it do versus the competition. So let's start our first demo in a head-to-head test that really stresses the CPU. And my friend Robert is going to help me with that demo. So we're going to start first with the Blender 3D modeling and rendering application. This is actually a great CPU test because it scales very, very well with cores and threads. And we have two demo systems. We have Ryzen, which is running at 3.4 gigahertz, running without boost. And we have the only other 8-core, 16-thread processor on the market, the Intel Core i7-6900K, running at its stock 3.2 gigahertz base and 3.7 gigahertz boost, no adjustments, just straight out of the box. Everything else about these two systems is the same. So, Robert, let's start the demo. Okay. So AMD is on the left, Intel is on the right, and we are rendering the logo of our Ryzen processor. And guys, this is a heavy, heavy CPU workload. So you can see it's working hard. Now, as we get towards completion, it's almost there, what you'll see is that Ryzen at 3.4 gigahertz, let me let it keep going a little bit here. Ryzen at 3.4 gigahertz without boost actually matches the performance of the 6900K that currently lists for about $1,100. What do you think of that? Okay, even better than that, the Ryzen part in this demo will ship at 95-watt TDP. So our performance is matching the 140-watt TDP of 6900K stock with lower power before we have finished optimizing the performance. Okay, now let's look at just one more CPU test. I can't help myself. I feel like I have to show you these things. All right, now we're going to use Handbrake. Same two systems, same configurations. And this demo is going to take about a minute to run. So let me ask Robert to go ahead and start this demo. Okay, so Handbrake is really a popular open source app that transcodes one form of video to the next. And this is another heavy, heavy CPU workload that scales well with cores and threads. And so what you'll see is you see the task manager on the side of both systems, and you can see, you have 8 cores and 16 threads running. Actually, what we're doing is we're transcoding the Ryzen video that we just showed you to the Apple TV3 preset in Handbrake. And it's going to take a little bit of, a little while because it's actually a heavy video workload. And as we finish, how are we doing there, Robert? Are we making progress? All right. And as we finish, pay attention to the scores, guys. The scores are important in this one. Scores are always important, actually. And as we finish, you see the Ryzen processor without boost actually beats the 6900K by about 10%. or roughly 5 seconds or so, on this very intense CPU workload. So how cool is that? Now, guys, I have to tell you, for all of you at home, this is for real, all right? If you want to test this yourself and see how heavy these workloads are, you can go to AMD.com and download the same image and video files we just used and try to test drive it on your own PCs at home and see how long it takes, because it really gives you a view of what we're doing with Ryzen. Now, these are the very, very first competitive demos with Ryzen, and we're very, very happy with the results. But as I said earlier, you can bet our engineers are continuing to fine-tune Ryzen. So we expect the performance will only get better from here. So with that, we have a lot more to show you. We have a bunch of demos to show you Ryzen in action. Let me hand it back over to Jeff in the demo area to take you forward. Jeff?
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. Very cool demos to see the pure power of Ryzen. And now I'm back with Robert because we're going to move on to, we have 4 really unique demos that are going to show sort of different aspects of the processor. We're going to start with VR.
That's right.
Which, of course, is a big story this year, virtual reality with obviously Vive, Oculus, PSVR, all these systems out. And we've got Derek, who's a member of the Red Team Plus, and he is in a Vive there. And you guys built this really cool VR demo. I'll let you explain. What is happening here in mixed reality?
Yeah, so by mixed reality, we've combined sort of real-world physical things like we've got wind, he's got a rumble pack on, he's got headphones, and also the virtual reality as well. So we're merging the two together.
Okay.
And we're actually building a Ryzen-based PC in VR.
Yes.
And the system that we're building is the system that we designed this demo on, that this demo is running on right now, and is sitting right there on the shelf.
Okay, very cool. So he gets to design the first Ryzen PC in VR, and then it will become real. And this is a demo that you guys made at AMD?
Yep, that's right. A couple of my colleagues, I get all the glory here talking about it, but they got to make it in-house with the help of a couple studios here in Austin using the Unity engine. We have some really, really creative people at AMD that make VR, and I think that's really cool.
All right, well, it looks like there's snow and there's
dragons
flying around. It's a full-on experience for him, and he gets the PC, and it becomes real, and hopefully he gets a real PC at the end of this, right?
Yeah, me too.
All right, well, very cool, Robert. Thank you so much for giving us a look at VR for Ryzen. I think we'll see you a little bit later. And now we're going to walk around the room because there are a bunch of different demo stations. So let's head on over to look at what a game looks like running on Ryzen in 4K. That's one of the things I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering about. What is game performance going to be like in 4K? So we're going to look at that. And we got fans here. So you guys having fun? What's your name?
Bridget.
Are you having a good time?
I'm having a great time.
What do you think of all this Ryzen news?
It's pretty awesome. The VR looks really fun.
Yes, you got to try the mixed reality. They're going to be streaming that live after this. But now on to the games. All right, let's move on. So Battlefield 1 is the game we're going to take a look at. Of course, one of the most visually impressive games of the year from the team at DICE in Sweden and also Electronic Arts. So we're going to take a look at what this game looks like in 4K running on Ryzen. And to do that, we're going to have the classically trained. How are you? I'm Jeff.
Good, man. To meet you, James.
James, great to see you. So, all right, we got 2 machines here. We've got a Ryzen PC and another PC. So tell us, what are we seeing here? We're going to see a comparison between 2 systems?
Yeah, absolutely. So side by side, head to head, we've got our Ryzen 8-core 16-thread processor, 3.4 gigahertz with an NVIDIA Titan X Pascal graphics card running 4K, ultra in-game settings, so the highest of the high quality.
Everything maxed out.
Maxed out as much as we can.
Yes.
Side by side with an Intel Core i7 6900K retail configuration with that same Titan X graphics card.
The same graphics card, different processors, 4K resolution Battlefield.
Yep.
Should we head into
let's check it out
here and check it out? So there's a frame counter in the upper right corner here, so we can see this is pretty wild. You are at a
That's right.
We're both at, it looks like 60, 70 frames per second.
Yep, 60, 70 frames per second. You should see as we go through the different parts of the demo that as the big explosions happen, as the intensity increases, that we're running the same frame rates, if not a little bit better on the Ryzen system, depending on where you are in the game. And that's due to the fact that we've got that great branch prediction inside of there, making sure that the instructions are ready and the smart prefetcher so that there's the right amount of data getting to the CPU as we're doing it. So that's really driving this great smooth gaming experience with these high-end graphics cards. So we're trying to show that we are
Right, so
gaming
you're showing
with the
obviously comparable, same graphics card, but CPU being different, still comparable performance here. And one thing I want to ask you about is obviously, tell me about the CPU driving graphics, DirectX 12 and whatnot. Is this, Ryzen, is that helping improve the graphic performance too?
Absolutely. DirectX 12 is a great benefit to gamers because of the increased visual quality you can get from those different aspects, because it spreads the workload across all the cores and threads. Yeah. So you get a chance to use more of the CPU to drive that experience. It really makes for a smooth gaming experience, and it's something you need a powerful processor to do.
Nice. All right, got to the flag. So obviously we're seeing incredible performance on both systems. I'm sure only going to get better as you get close to launching. The game looks incredible, and a great demo to show the graphical horsepower of Ryzen. Thanks, James.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, on to our next station. We've seen how games will play in 4K on Ryzen. Now we're going to meet someone who actually helps build games, and we're going to talk about how game creators will be empowered by this new processor. Hey, I'm Jeff. How are you?
Hey, Jeff. I'm Mike.
Mike, nice to meet you. Now, Mike, you are an artist who works on games, right? What kind of games have you worked on?
Madden, Halo, Call of Duty, Doom, a little bit of everything.
That's a diverse portfolio. So you work with a bunch of different developers and publishers working on art for their games, co-development. And you're an artist. Are you an animator? Do you do 3D models? What do you build?
Again, a little bit of everything. Concept 3D, concept development, pipelines, environments, characters. If it needs modeled or textured, I'm your guy.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at how you may use Ryzen processor. You're in ZBrush, which, having visited a lot of game studios, I often see artists working on this. You build, incredible characters in ZBrush. You have millions of polygons here, right?
Sure. So a little bit behind the scenes before it goes into engine and it's running at 60 frames a second for Ultra 4K. What we have to do is compress those textures, optimize those models so it'll run that fast. Before that happens, developers are stuck wrangling millions and millions of polygons. And what we're going to use in this case is ZBrush. So I have two CPU-centric programs to kind of utilize the CPU here.
Okay.
So for example, we have this mech helmet, and there's no tricks here. It's just hundreds and hundreds of polygons, hundreds of subtools, millions.
4.3 million polygons?
Yeah, we got a guy here. He's running at about 25 million polygons. And,
oh my God.
ZBrush handled this like a champ, but you can see it really flies on.
Now you got to tell me, what game is this guy from?
No sneak peeks or exclusives. This was just for fun. A little bit of practice here, just as.
That's what you say now.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, it looks very cool. So you built this obviously out in ZBrush, and then you have there's the chip.
Yeah. So millions of polygons is one thing, but then the other half of the equation is lighting, rendering, and material. So what I'm going to do is take this Ryzen chip here, and we're going to throw that into Keyshot, and you're going to see right off the bat we're using 100% of the CPU, all 8 cores, all 16 threads.
What does Keyshot do? People may not be familiar with Keyshot.
So Keyshot is a CPU-based renderer, and you're going to see as I kind of move around the camera, it's going to kind of fuzz out, and as I let it go, it kind of fuzzes in.
So effectively, it's just rendering these scenes in near real time.
Yes, in near real time, and it's using the CPU, and there's no tricks. It's actually using raycast to kind of find where the real-time reflections are going to go. We have scientifically based, physically based shaders, materials on this thing. We have HDR, high dynamic range images lighting the entire scene. And we also, if I go in here into the scene, we can go ahead and turn on one of those characters. So we're pushing right now about 53 million polygons. No problem. It's finding the reflections accurately. It's rendering accurately.
Okay.
And if I just let it sit there, it'll res in, and we get to see how beautiful it looks. I can iterate quickly and get sign-off.
Yeah, so put this in context for me. This is obviously something you can do today on other processors, but now you can do it faster?
Yes, and when you're talking about development, number one, I'm a very impatient artist. I want results immediately. I want to iterate quickly. I need to creatively find out what's going to work and what's not fast so I can make higher resolution images, textures, models. We got Ultra 4K games here, so we have to really load them up with realistic detail. In order to do that, I need not only powerful tools, but powerful hardware backing those tools up so I can, have reliability and speed so I can save and export.
So it helps the creative process and also, I guess, faster too, so it allows you to build games faster, more characters?
Exactly. More games, more beautiful games, faster iteration on those games so we get the best quality product out there as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Keep you guys fed with new games and new content.
What are you working on today?
I can't say right now, but that's development.
Lots of secrets. All right.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate it. Very cool to see how games can be made better with Ryzen. All right, our last station we're going to check out here relates to the world of esports, and what an amazing year it has been for esports. I mean, we're all watching streams online, incredible competitions around the world, and one of the things that esports players love to do is stream their games for their fans on platforms like Twitch and YouTube. Well, we're going to meet a special guest now. You probably have seen him competing online or watching his streams online. It's the one and only PPD from Evil Geniuses. Pete?
Yeah, hey.
Great to see you, man, and a couple of your friends with you, and Robert is back with us.
Hey.
So, PPD, tell us, you're playing Dota 2 here, 7.00 coming for Dota 2, which everyone is excited about the new patch. So tell us, for your experience, that you're playing on the Ryzen machine, what do you look for when you're looking for, the computer that you want to play and stream on?
For me as a player, I like to play on the best graphics possible, and I also want my stream to be able to view the best graphics possible. So just having a top CPU that can make sure it doesn't slow me down, but also provides the same experience for my fans is really important.
Right, that's a good point. Robert, as he mentioned, I think a lot of players, don't want to sort of impinge at all on their gaming experience. So sometimes we'll even have a second PC to do the streaming and the encoding.
That's right.
But it seems like with Ryzen, you'll be able to sort of play the game maxed out and then also encode at the same time?
One system. So gaming, demanding, encoding,
Right.
also demanding, and oftentimes when you try to put both of them on the same chip, there's just not enough performance there to get it done. But Ryzen can do it. We're live on Twitch right now at 1080p, 3500K bits, no drop frames.
Okay.
It's exactly what we'd want, right?
Yes. So, and tell us, we've got some other machines here. So tell us, we know what PPD's got.
That's
right. Ryzen, full-blown 1080p, playing and streaming perfectly. What do we have on either side here? Maybe start over here.
Yep, sure. So on the left, we have the Intel Core i7-6900K. Again, streaming and gaming at the same time, same encode settings.
Right.
Otherwise, same system aside from the CPU and the motherboard.
Okay.
As you would expect an $1,100 CPU to do, it can keep up with the Ryzen chip.
Okay.
But
Yes.
if we go to
On
the other side,
all right, over here,
we
yes.
have a different competitor, this time the 6700K, and we've overclocked this to 4.5 gigahertz flat. So this is above and beyond what this chip comes with out of the box.
Right.
And the chip is not powerful enough to both game and stream at the same time.
Right. I know he's playing it's fine, but
That's
then
right.
when you look at the stream back here on Twitch, it definitely seems like it seems like frames are being dropped.
Yeah,
in the
we're
encode, right?
we're dropping a ton of frames on the 6700K system, so it's
Right.
even overclocked. It is not capable of keeping up with
Right.
the AMD Ryzen PC, doing that from one system.
Amazing. Well, I got to say, PPD, this is pretty cool that your career now is playing games and getting to stream them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite a life. It's not so bad.
Well, no, you've done an amazing job, and that's it's so incredible now to see all these these athletes emerging in the gaming world. But for you, let me ask you, you're obviously training a lot, competing, but the idea of streaming to your fans, how important is it for you to be able to have this kind of all-in-one solution?
And being able to stream is really important to me. It's really nice to be able to connect with my fans online all across the world, and it's something that most people in other kind of genres of sports aren't capable of doing, which makes this whole gaming and online esports such an interesting industry. So just looking forward to not having any kind of performance issues.
That's right. You'll win the games and stream them hopefully well, and it will all come together. Well, it's great. Well, we can follow you online, I'm sure, to watch your streams. But very cool, again, to see a demo of that all-in-one solution. So you got all these demos today, Rob.
I know.
You're a busy
We're just
man.
loaded
Where are you
with
going to pop up next?
I can't take all the credit. We had a lot of smart guys working on these, but I get the glory today.
No, it's very cool to see everything in action here running live. All right, well, thank you, PPD and Robert. And now we're going to head back to Lisa on the stage. Lisa?
All right. Hey, thank you so much, Jeff. It looked like you had a lot of fun going through the demo with the team there. So look, it's been an incredibly exciting day today, and I hope we have answered some of your questions about Ryzen. Today we shared Ryzen, our new brand that will cover our desktop and notebook processors. We shared our frequency target, 3.4 gigahertz or better, with boost at production. And we shared our SenseMI technologies that make Ryzen a true learning processor. We also showed you some of our early power information, beating the 140 watt 6900K in CPU intensive workloads with the 95 watt TDP Ryzen processor. Now that was kind of fun. And I'm very, very happy to report that we are absolutely on track for Q1 launch. So Ryzen is coming really soon. Now, we really put this event together for you guys, our fans and our enthusiasts, because we built this processor for you, specifically with you in mind. But before we officially close out today, since you all took the time to be here in Austin and on the live stream, do you guys want to see just one more thing? All right, we have the right group of people here. Okay, let's do it. We want to ask Renee. Renee, where are you? All right, Renee. Renee is one of our AMD Red Team members, and she's going to help us with this next demo. Okay, so I told you at the beginning that AMD loves gaming, and we are the only company in the world that has both high-performance CPUs and high-performance GPUs focused on the gaming market. And I know all of you are really, really passionate about extreme 4K gaming, so today I have a very, very special treat for you. I wanted to show you our Ryzen CPU running with our brand new Vega architecture. For the very, very first time ever. Renee, take it away.
All right, I'm going in.
Okay, so in this setup, we have a single Vega card powered by the Ryzen CPU in our new high-performance AM4 motherboard. And it's running the hottest game out there. The brand new, I'm going to give Renee a minute to catch up with me. She's inviting us to a private match. We are running. Go for it, Renee.
All right, we're in.
There we go. A hand for Renee.
All right, we got 64, 63 seconds to go.
She is like booting up the machine. A hand for Renee. Live demos are fun, aren't they? So again, Ryzen plus Vega, very special event for us. Are we making good progress there?
Yes, 24 seconds to go.
Are we going to help her count it down?
19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get on.
All right. There we go. So we have a single Vega card powered by the Ryzen CPU in our new high-performance AMD AM4 motherboard running the brand new, soon-to-be-released Star Wars Battlefront Rogue One DLC in 4K. Look at that. Renee, you're pretty good at this.
Oh, yeah.
And guys, you can see this looks absolutely amazing. we are running at greater than 60 frames per second, faster than the refresh rate of this 4K monitor. Does she look good or what? We are so super excited to show you this. This, by the way, folks, is the dream gaming PC for 2017, in action for the very first time. How about a great round of applause for Renee? All right, guys, look, it's truly an incredible time for PC gaming. AMD is bringing innovation and competition back to the desktop. And Ryzen plus Vega are about to bring gaming into the next horizon. So thank you all for joining us today. It's been absolutely amazing. Jeff, let me turn it back to you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Incredible. Congratulations to you and everyone at AMD. A really awesome day for gamers to get a first look at where gaming is going in 2017. We want to hope all you guys enjoyed the show. AMD built this product for gamers and the content creators, as you saw today. And we have a live contest going on right now that the Ryzen brand has been revealed. You can win some swag, and you can check out AMD's Ryzen Twitter page, just launched right now, for details on the contest. And you can also go to amd.com/Ryzen for great after-show videos and streams, and that VR mixed reality demo, 360 experiences, and replays from the event today will be on the amd.com site. I want to thank all you guys for joining us live, and thanks to everyone around the world who watched the live stream. Stay tuned for much more on Ryzen in 2017 and beyond. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.